What's up, everybody? This is Quet, and in this video, we'll be covering semantic tags inside of HTML. This should be the last video in the series that solely covers HTML. The next video is to introduce CSS and any other HTML elements that we talk about that hasn't been covered so far, which is coming in one of the future videos. And then there are more tags in HTML. There's a lot of other tags and things you can use inside of HTML. Hopefully, from what you've learned so far, they should be a little more straightforward and easier to tackle on your own. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to me in the comments on Twitter. My Twitter name is @QuetCodesFire, same as the YouTube. So just look for me there, ask a question, and I'll be happy to answer it. And let's just get into the semantic tags. So semantic tags essentially are tags that are a little bit more descriptive than some of the tags that we already have in HTML. So they just provide additional information about the document and it gives more communication. It's easier for other developers to go and look at your code and know exactly what something is doing when it's a little bit more descriptive. And it helps with your search engine results. So there's a couple of tags that we've introduced already that are semantic tags. The headline tags, the H1, H2, H3, those tags are semantic tags. We know exactly what they are. The headline tags, they're of a different size depending on what the number is. The paragraph tag is also a semantic. We know that the text inside of it belongs to a paragraph. I believe technically the div tag is also a semantic tag. However, I think that it's more generic and there's better tags that can be used. And we'll cover some of those in this video today. So first, let's start with the tag main. So the main tag is meant to represent the main part of the text main part of the page that users should be focused on. This is the main area. And so we're going to make a main tag. We're going to introduce that on line 9 here. So just main and everything inside of this, we just know belongs to the main part of the page. And we're just going to wrap everything in it. Once we've done that, in the over one, we're going to highlight everything that we have here. And we're going to tab that over and we should be in a pretty good spot. All right, so we've done that, and just this lets other developers know this is the main part of the page. This is what users are going to be spending most of their time and attention and focus on. And then the next tag I want to introduce is section. So section essentially just lets developers and browsers know this is a section of the page that serves whatever purpose that is likely goes into more description with the class or ID that it has. So we have these div tags. We're going to turn these into section tags. So actually, we're going to take this main tag away from line 9 and bring it here to line 19. And we'll go over why in a second. So, oh, great. Okay, cool. So, save that. And then, so this div tag here for Marvel, favorite Marvel movies, this is a section. I'm gonna highlight both of them using Command D and just deleting it, putting in section. And now this is just a section of the page. This section primarily covers favorite Marvel movies. That's what it's about. We can get into more details right here looking at the tag. I mean at the class. And when we come here, movies we're looking forward to. We're also going to change this div tag to section. And again, there's nothing wrong with using divs in the div class. It's just that having section um, is just more detailed, and div is more generic. Div can be used to cover a lot of different tags, and so when you just use main, section, aside, article, gives more details. Aside is used to say this is some information that's going to be on the page, but it's going to be off to the side a little bit. We also have tags such as article, which I said article is saying, hey, this is going to be an article, this is going to be a blog post, or just a blurb of information here. And actually, if I have it pulled up, if we go to Google and we type in semantic tags, yeah, so if we do that, I can. Alright, so we have a picture here. This is a picture of a web page, but it's using semantic tags. So we have this header here, and we have that header probably has some information about the web page, maybe a logo, something of that nature. Something of that nature. Then under it, we have a nav bar. We have this section right here, this section of the page. There's something here, right? There's a section of the page that's here. We have an article right here for people to see. We have an aside. Maybe this is a blog site. This section just has maybe information on the blog site itself. This here is the first article. This here is the side that just has like the months and number of articles that came out during that month and the names of them, information like that. And at the bottom there, you can't really see it because it's covered up by the website, but that says footer, and we know that's the footer of the page. So it just gives your page even more structure than you already had. And so if we come back here, come back to our code, I didn't make a mistake. I forgot that I had moved the other Marvel movies so far down in the last video using those break tags. So I'm gonna take main and move it yet one more time down here. Tab it over, and I'm gonna tab everything else over one time. Okay, cool. So we should be in a good spot. We're not gonna change this to a section. We're actually going to call this an aside because I think the way that I'm going to do the page is we're going to move this information here off to the side for users to see. So, uh, and I forgot to grab the other tag. Okay, great. So we should be in a good spot right now. So we have our side, we have our two sections. All of that is wrapped inside of the main tag. Another thing that I want to do here. So I don't have much for a header. I don't have any kind of logo that I'm going to put in here. That may change in the future. If so, we'll talk about it in that video. But for right now, I am going to make a nav tag. So in doing that, we just have this directory that says directory. Actually, why not? We can make a header tag here. We'll change the div tag to header. And maybe I'll find more stuff we can throw into it. But we have this header tag. Um, and inside of header, we have directory. We're gonna nest that with a tag for nav. So we're actually gonna just take this URL tag, change it to nav, and we're gonna get rid of the list items. So I'm gonna highlight and just Command D to get rid of all three at once. Get rid of these clothing tags. Give that a save. All right. So when I refresh the page here, it looks like all right, cool. So I did kind of like run through this in an example when whatever. So when we look here, we see that before we had everything list items stacked on top of each other. Now they're right next to each other, but we'll fix that with CSS. But we have kind of more of a navigation bar going on here. Normally maybe that would be up at the top right, and you can click on it to take you to different sections of the page. So we have that. Perhaps even we want to move that above the rest of our HTML text, which is likely the case. So let's go ahead and change that now. So we're going to take this. We're actually going to wrap this inside of a tag. We're going to use section here. I'm going to tab this over. We're going to give this a class name. Just call it about. All right, great. So we have our header tag. We're going to move everything over really quickly because now it's kind of thrown off a little bit. Um, there. Cool. So, taking a look at what we have a inside of our body tag, we have a header. That header has a H4 directory inside of it. It has a nav, and inside of the nav we have three links that are anchored to different parts of the page. We also have our image here. We should probably wrap that image inside of a div or a section. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna give that a class of banner, not Bruce, but a banner nonetheless. Ha ha ha. Bad dev joke and geeky Marvel joke, but um, I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. Okay, cool. So we have our banner. We have our section with banner. We have our section with the about. We have our H1 and paragraph explaining what this page is about. We have inside of our main, we have two sections. We have our favorite Marvel movies. We have things we're looking forward to, which have different tags inside of there. And then in our side, we have other Marvel movies. And it has an H3 that says other Marvel movies coming in 2019. And to expand upon this, I'll expand upon that in the next video actually. So let's did I save this? I did save it. If we do a refresh, our page should look the same. We have our directory, just like I said. We have our navigation bar. Um, we have our banner, and then we have the section saying what the page is about and everything else that we had. So we made very minimal changes to the page, but we've made it a lot easier to tell what's going on here. When another developer comes and looks at this, they can easily see, okay, so this is the navigation bar right here, this is the header and the information that we have to work with. They see this image and they're like, what is this random image? What is it for? Is it supposed to be small? Is it supposed to be big? Because we have this huge image right now, but maybe it's supposed to be shrinking into something a lot smaller, but we see that it's a banner. So perhaps we just wanted to span and cover 100% of the area of the screen or 80, 90%. We just wanted to cover a large portion of the screen. We don't know that now because it's wrapped in a section tag with a class of banner. We have our about section, and they can just easily now just look and be like, okay, these are these sections of the page. Oh, okay, this is the main part of the page, and inside of that we have this information. It's much more readable for both developers and also for web browsers, and it can help you with the SEO placement on inside of search engines such as Google. So that's it for this video. Our next video, we're going to be introducing CSS. We're going to clean this page up a little bit more. We're going to make some changes, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks for watching. If you're a subscriber to the channel, thank you for coming back and watching this video. I know it's been a couple days since I put out a video. If you haven't already, there's a bell icon somewhere on the page that you can hit so you know that when a new video is out. And if you're not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you did. I have a lot of content coming out over the foreseeable future. I don't see it stopping anytime soon. So definitely come subscribe to the channel and check me out. I have a lot of good stuff coming. And yeah, if this video helped you, if you learned anything, definitely give it a like, and I'll catch you in the next video.